all the different intersections of my life. You know, I'm Black, I'm Asian, I'm queer. All these things that contribute to who I am, like, it's a blended experience, and there will never be a straight answer to that experience. All I've ever wanted in life was to be seen and understood. So if that can't be done for me, can I do that for someone else? I think the existence of my identity in so many ways is like these two opposites coming together to kind of create this like middle, right? You know, it's like this Japanese woman, this Black man, mix that together, you get this. And so if I am the product of that, I can't live in either like polarity, you know, I can't live in that black or white like separation. So I think everything in my life has all been about that fusion and that in between. When people ask me whether I am more Black or Japanese, or the opposite, more Japanese or Black, you know, I laugh because I think it's an absurd question, but I also understand the genuine curiosity, because it's a question that seeks to understand, right? But it's also a question that seeks to separate. I will get anything from, you know, are you Mexican? Are you Filipino? Or I've gotten Brazilian, I've gotten Sicilian, I've gotten everything, you know what I mean? And I think that is so, I find that really interesting that no one understands what I look like. I contracted, I believe it was like 16 artists from different countries. So I thought in this project what would be so interesting is like these people who are interpreting my face would have the opportunity to really question their perspective of beauty, right? And adopt that onto a face that looks like mine. And how would that fit or not fit into it is what I was curious about, with the preconceived idea that it would never fit if the theme were to hold true, which is that beauty standards were still quite Eurocentric. I had some ideas. Oh, they're probably going to make my skin paler, they'll probably make my nose thinner, they'll probably make me thinner. There's only one artist that came back and was like, I'm not changing anything. I think beauty is an essence, you know, and beauty is found in things that it doesn't have the formula. When all these like media and whatever is trying to create a definition for beauty that is so limiting, it pains me. Something I am finally in action about. I am taking Polaroids of women of color. I chose that medium because it's like one of the rawest forms of capturing someone. I choose to photograph women in color because we're so put on this magnifying glass in terms of our bodies constantly, right? Like our bodies are examined one way or another. I'm hoping to provide a safe space between us where they're willing to show me something honest about them.
Okay. But my siblings don't know the names of most of my cousins.
Okay, is it that many? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. What are other ways that you haven't felt that you belonged? Or and how has that affected your idea of how you feel about yourself?
A lot. I went to school at Alameda High School. That was hard.
Can you tell me what was hard about that?
The kids there definitely were not from Oakland, so that was hard. And even like my friends, when I would go to their house and they had like these beautiful homes, and I would be like, I wouldn't, like, this is just not my life. And they had moms and dads. So I was like, I just always felt like I didn't belong. And even though my friends loved me and they obviously don't care, but it felt that way. When I would walk in Alameda, people would call the cops if we were like walking in a neighborhood and we're like high school students. Like, and to this day, that was normal for me, but it shouldn't be. Like, that's not normal, but it just lets me know that I don't belong here.
I'm hoping to take one photo that captures like their essence, you know? Black women, the self-hatred that has been freaking pounded into, you know, Black women, that alone in itself is just like, it's like none of you is enough. You know, that's the messaging there. None of you, nothing here works, and that's where it comes from. All of me works, you know, it all works, and I think the more we can kind of like awaken to that as an individual, the less people have the opportunity to ask those stupid questions, you know.